Hello, everyone, and welcome to another programming of Barcelona, a match in LaLiga. This time it will be Barcelona against Levante. I'm alongside my friend and companion, Oliver. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm very good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you once again. It's been too long.
Well, yep, it has been too long. Well, quickly, before the match starts, how are you feeling about this team of Barcelona that hasn't been that efficient in these critical matches so far, at least in the past few games?
I think probably the sort of La Liga campaign has been thrown away, but I'm quite positive about today's game, to be honest. I think Barcelona will win. Also because Levante's goal to remain in the first division is pretty much achieved. So there's not much at stake for them. But I think the team has been disappointing. Not that much about Atletico game, although that should have been a win. But I think the big loss against Granada was probably a title decider to a certain extent.
Yep. Right now, the match has started. Barcelona has started. Before anything more exciting happens, we'll go through the lineups for each team. Barcelona starts with Ter Stegen in the goalkeeper, Araujo, Piqué, and Lenglet. Their three defense. Dembélé, De Jong, Busquets, and Pedri and Alba in the midfield, and Messi and Griezmann as the attackers. A lot of debate whether Pedri is really playing in that midfield as he normally does, or as he is playing behind Messi and Griezmann. We'll have to see as the game advances. On the substitutions, we have Neto, Tenas in the goalkeeper, Mingueza, Umtiti, Dest, Roberto, and Firpo for the defense, Pjanic, Puig, Moriba in the midfield, Trincao, and Braithwaite in attack. And finally,
Surprising,
Levante. I'm sorry?
It's surprising that Dest is not in the.
Yep, a little bit surprising. Levante has in the goalkeeper Aitor, Duarte, Rubén Veso, Miramón, Antonio in the defense, Robert, Bardi, Melero, and the Frutos in the midfield, and finally Roger and Morales in the attack. And as substitutes, they have Cárdenas, Son, Postigo, Clerc, Coque, Malsa, Rochina, Docure, Kochorashvili in the midfield, and Leon Gomez and Cantero in the attack. Also, for those that have just joined, if you want anything more of Blaugranagram or know what we do, head over to our webpage, blaugranagram.com. Also, be sure to follow us on all our social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Also, if you have any question or any doubt, please be sure to leave it in the comments section, and we'll be sure to check them out. Right now, Barcelona, almost 2 minutes of play. Barcelona have had the ball basically the whole time. Right now, Ousmane Dembélé is inside the box. He goes back to Messi. Messi was looking for Busquets. Busquets, who was a little bit of a surprise in this match after the concussion that he held in the last match against Atletico de Madrid.
And we had a good chance by Pedri as well. A shot that went out from inside the box. It was a good start of the game for Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona
let's not forget, actually,
intense.
we could sleep as on top of the table if Barcelona wins.
Yep. As the last few games have been, it is an incredibly critical match for Barcelona and their La Liga race. But we'll have to see how they cope, as they normally haven't been. Well, this season they haven't been that critical in these key matches so far. Let's hope that this changes in this one. What would be your prediction, Oliver, for this one?
I'm fairly positive ahead of this game. It's not the hardest, I'd say, we have left. Probably Celta is a bit tougher, or should be a bit tougher. Levante is a good team, but I think Barcelona should win. Levante's aim in La Liga is to stay around mid-table and secure to avoid relegation as soon as possible, and they have done so already. It's this again, as we said before, it's very little at stake for them.
Yep. As you were saying that, Oliver, Barcelona were looming very dangerously the edge of the box of Levante, almost with a shot on target by Frenkie de Jong. Right now, as you said before, Barcelona really beginning this match really intense. with really good approximations, and Pedri also being really active. A lot of the fans have said that Pedri has been overworked and overloaded this whole season, but I mean, he looks as if he hasn't any problem with that physical aspect.
It's true that the last few games he was a little less sharp, and that's probably due to tiredness. But you kind of notice that at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry. What an incredible pass by Alba. De Jong is inside the box. He gets away from one defender. He goes back to Pedri. Pedri with a good shot, but the goalkeeper takes it out almost on the line of his own goal. And now the referee gives a foul for Barcelona. I think it's outside the box for Lionel Messi for a free kick. Almost a goal for Pedri. What an amazing play by Frenkie de Jong, who got away from one defender and then simply passed it back to Pedri, who was basically on the spot of the penalty and simply had to really touch it in. Now a really good shot by the youngster of Barcelona, and it went direct to the hands of Levante's goalkeeper. An amazing pass by Jordi Alba to the feet of Frenkie de Jong, and Frenkie de Jong, once again, a great technical aspect to get away from one defender and then look back and have Pedri almost in a penalty situation. But Pedri was not able to really take advantage of this attack.
What a season by de Jong. Huh? He's been one of the most improved players, I'd say. That was a good shot. I think probably Pedri was trying to get, as Aitor was running to his right, to get him to shoot the ball to the other side. But he was a little, yeah.
Right now,
a bad decision.
Lionel Messi is getting ready for a free kick just 20 meters away. He looks to the wall. Here comes Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi tried to go under it, but a defender of Levante was there to simply to kick it out. Now, once again, Messi with Busquets with Antoine Griezmann with Messi, back to Pedri with Alba. Now the tempo slowing down a little bit for Barcelona as Levante once again regroup. Alba once again with a through pass, but the defense of Levante is quick to simply head it out. It falls to De Jong, and now De Jong back to Pedri. Really active first few minutes, and De Jong with a beautiful pass to Griezmann. That gets away from two defenders. He tries to find Messi, but now the midfield of Levante is quick to their feet, and they get the ball back. But now Araujo is quick also to intercept, and he goes back to Clément Lenglet. Really intense in these first few minutes, and Barcelona looking really accurate and sharp. Let's hope that they can keep this up. Piqué slips, but he does get away a long pass to Jordi Alba on that left wing.
It's a good start by Barca, yes, I agree.
Yep, very intense. Let's see if Levante can cope with this pressure, especially as key players are very active for Barcelona so far. Names that come to mind, Jordi Alba, Pedri, De Jong, as you said. Griezmann is looking a little bit more sharp, getting away from two defenders in that last action. And Messi also drawing a foul. So let's hope that now Ousmane Dembélé can also get in on the action, and let's see if he can do something special. De Jong, they want to find Messi, but the midfield of Levante was quick to get in. And now Morales with a lot of green space in front of him, he has to go back to his midfield. And now Levante has the ball on their feet, and now they try to pull a bit more of the tempo, trying to play a little bit slower and probably have a little bit more possession because they really haven't had at all the ball in their own feet.
Yeah, we were saying actually that it's true that Pedri looked a bit less sharp and kind of tired lately, but today he looks reinvigorated. I suppose at some point you just end up kind of nursing those things, and there's like moments of form in the season. But it's true that, and it's natural that a youngster like Pedri that was in the second division last year, coming out to the first team and playing practically everything with Champions League every 3 days. I think it's natural that at some point he gets he's a bit in a worse form and a bit more tired.
Yep, of course. If he suffers fatigue, probably his normal aspect or characteristics also will drop. Let's remember they are human beings. They do commit mistakes and they do get very tired. As we said,
that adjusting as well. It's a big step from a mid-table team in the second division to Barcelona, where he was supposed to sort of be a backup and start playing, but he eventually played everything since, I don't know, October. So it's been quite a draining year for him.
Yep. Right now, Levante with a good cross inside the box of Barcelona, but Piqué is quick to head it out. And now Levante once again has it. They're attacking through the right wing, another good cross, but now Araujo is quick and heads it out. But the midfield of Barcelona not really being able to recover any single ball. Right now, Levante has it once again in their own feet. They're simply trying to cool a bit more of the tempo and not allow Barcelona to have those quick succession of passes, but rather now Levante have the ball. A player of Levante went down as Sergio Busquets was looking for a tackle, but the referee just said to carry on. And now they go all the way back to Aitor, their own goalkeeper, and he now looks to see what the next pass will be. Almost 10 minutes of play, Barcelona and Levante 0-0, but a really exciting match so far for both teams and having good approximations to the opposition box.
And just a little trivia about this game. Barcelona lost it in Valencia 2 out of the last 3 times. A couple of years ago, 3 years ago already, sorry, was that 5-4. That was the only loss, the only defeat in the first
season in LaLiga.
That was the game before the last one, I think. And
a complete surprise.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a game that prevented Barcelona, or kept Barcelona from finishing La Liga unbeaten.
Yep.
And last year, Barcelona lost 3-1 here. I think it was Griezmann scored first, and Levante came back in the second half. So it's not going to be an easy one, or it shouldn't be an easy one. But no. Barcelona looking good at the moment.
Yep. Right now, Frenkie de Jong trying to connect with Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann has a ball, and he deals with the pressure. He finally goes down and draws a foul. The midfield of Levante will try to be as physical as they can, especially with Robert Pierre and Melero. But we'll see what also the technique of Barcelona the technique of the midfield of Barcelona allowed them to do. Right now, Barcelona has the ball once again with Piqué. Levante looks to be playing a very compact style of play, not really allowing Barcelona to get that up the field, but rather playing in a space of 20 meters, a long way from their own box, and allowing them to have a little bit more of a cushion to deal with all the pressure that Barcelona will try to inflict on them. Right now, a good attempt of a long pass of Araujo to Jordi Alba. Finally, it goes long. And also, on a side note, Ronald Koeman finally comes back after that 2-game suspension after saying que personaje to the 4th referee. Some may say it was an exaggeration, but well, he does come back. He finally is on the sideline once again for his team, and well, a good thing for the Barcelona team. Right now, we have Messi that connects with Ousmane Dembélé, who is playing on that right wing, where normally Serginho Dest would be playing, but the American defender is right now with a little bit of rotation, I believe. So right now, Frenkie de Jong with Jordi Alba looking for Griezmann right now. Griezmann goes back to Pedri. A little bit of a keep ball between the midfielders and the attackers. Not really want to lose the ball in this critical space where they would be in a very bad position defensive-wise. Piqué looking for a long pass. He finds Dembélé. Dembélé back with Messi. Once again, Dembélé with De Jong. Once again, Dembélé. Dembélé tries to find Frenkie de Jong with a cheeky through pass, but the Dutch midfielder could not really understand what the French attacker wanted to do. So right now, a kickoff for Levante.
Did you know I came across a very crazy and funny piece of statistics today. Barcelona is unbeaten with Mateus on the bench. Think of this. They only lost 6 points, only 3 draws, and all the other games have been victories. And all the defeats happened without him, and he's not in Valencia tonight. So let's hope for the best. He's the lucky charm.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't keep up today. And also, if it does, let's get a word to Ronald Koeman and tell him to at least have him on the bench.
Yeah, just bring in the towels or something.
Yeah. Right now, Levante tried to get the ball away as far as they can from the box. Langlais has it in his control. He goes to Piqué, and now Piqué once again constructing through that right side with Araujo, and now with Ousmane Dembélé. Ousmane Dembélé probably being the player that has been less active these first 14 minutes. Also, let's say that these are the first calm minutes of the match. They started really active. It continued on for the first few minutes. But right now, both Barcelona and Levante have cooled down a little bit the pressure that they were applying. And right now we have Messi. Messi looking for a teammate. He looks all the way to the left. He wanted to find Jordi Alba, but he finally went short with Busquets. It finally does arrive to Alba on the left wing. Now Gerard Piqué in the midfield. And now back to Ousmane Dembélé, who is on the right side, but he finally loses a ball to Toño. Toño goes back to Duarte. Duarte to Bardi. Bardi on that left wing, trying to get away as far as quick as possible. Now Roger Martí. But finally, Pedri has the ball once again as Barcelona recover it. So it looks as if Levante is allowing Barcelona to get a little bit up the pitch and then apply the pressure and then break quickly into whatever space or pockets of space that they can find, right, Oliver?
Yeah, it's kind of their style of play, particularly since they're playing with, well, Melero is a bit more technical, but it's Melero and Robert Pierre that in the midfield, with Enis Bardi, who is very technical but and a bit irregular player, very young and very talented. The Premier League wanted to take him last summer, international from Macedonia, I think. But
yep, Macedonia.
They have a big miss there in the midfield. It's Jose Campaña, then the losing player, that gives it makes the team a lot more solid and allows them to play a bit further up and a bit more with the ball, organizes them better. And he's been missing for a few games already, so it was predictable that they would try play this way, because also Roger and Morales are quite fast up front. And they play well with the spaces.
Yep. As you were analyzing that, actually Sebastian actually drew a corner kick right down for Levante, and
Morales
Bardi is getting ready to kick it. Finally does. The ball just bounces out, and now Morales tries a good shot, but it goes over the bar of Marc-André ter Stegen. The German goalkeeper not really worried by that shot. It was a good attempt of a volley, but Luis Morales wasn't really that in a good position to really hit it home. And also on a side note, as we were saying at the beginning, Sergio Busquets suffered an injury, a facial injury in the last match against Atletico Madrid, and now he seems to be wearing some sort of helmet, I think. Right, Oliver?
Yeah, I made a bit of a bandage to protect the area where he was hit. It is a risky move to play him 3 days after what happened.
Yep.
But we must assume he's okay, and it's just a protection to sort of prevent
any further injury.
Yeah. But it is surprising. You're right.
Right now, actually, Araujo was a little bit slow to get to his feet after that last cross. He seems to be all right. He was, I think, grabbing his left ankle, but he seems to be all right to carry on right now. But it's not trying to break quickly into space. Frankie Yon looking for Ousmane Dembélé, but Ousmane Dembélé got caught up with Toño, I think. Toño not really allowing him to get forward, looking for that long pass by the Dutch midfielder. And now Levante have the ball with Miramon. Miramon going back to the center with Rubén Veso. And now Roger Pierre Melero back to the defense of Levante. And now Jordi Alba looking quickly for Antoine Griezmann and finally goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Levante as Miramon is getting ready to take care of it. Also, Levante not really looking that enthusiastic or that giving that importance to look for a first goal. They simply want to have the ball and try to create as much danger as they can, but also not really going all out on attack. 135 passes for Barcelona against just 63 of Levante in these almost 19 minutes.
It's also surprising that they're not playing with Molsa in the midfield, which was one of the surprises, and also a player with the ability to cover a good amount of ground, and they decided to go to play today with 2 right backs like Miramon and Robert Pierre, and Toño on the other side, and only like Jorge de Frutos as a kind of a specialist winger, a bit more offensive, a bit more technical on the sides. So I suppose they were planning not to go too happily on the offense.
Yep. As you were saying that, actually, Levante were trying to find a quick space with Bardi, who has now changed the wing. Right now, Ter Stegen has the ball. He goes long to Araujo. Araujo finally simply tries to get it away as far as possible, and he was being pressured by 2 attackers of Levante. Right now, I think it's Ruben Veso who has the ball. Veso with Melero. Jorge Miramon. Miramon trying to find it with good space Jose Morales, but wasn't able to do it as he was trying to time very perfectly his run and finally went behind his own back. And now another throw-in for Levante. Miramon with a throw-in. He goes finally to Morales, back to Miramon. Antoine Griezmann applying pressure. Now, once again, it will be a throw-in for Levante. On that right wing, it seems as if their only attack or all their attack will go through that right wing, trying to attack Jordi Alba and Clement Lenglet. Finally, they
probably trying to find the back of Jordi Alba is one of the best bets in the offensive half, especially with Morales that tends to fall on both sides.
Oh, now it was one of the Dembélé with a terrible control. And I think it was Bardi that had a very good control and was able to simply cross it over to a teammate that was going very freely into the box. Ousmane Dembélé received a long pass, an incorrect long pass by a player of Levante. He tried to control it with his chest, and then he slipped and allowed Toño to simply arrive into the box. I think he had Roger Martí, who was going into the box alone, basically. But he tried to go back, and a defender of Barcelona was quickly intercepted. But almost a very costly mistake by Ousmane Dembélé. I was going to say Ousmane Dembélé does lack a lot of defense ability. He isn't a player that goes back and tries to track back the attackers. So he also is a liability in that position that normally Serginho Dest would occupy. And the American does excel in both going into attack and defending. So probably a weak link for Barcelona right there.
And I must say as well, Roger Martí has got a lot of goals in his career. I think it's 11 goals this season. And he was, had Toño seen him, he was in a one-on-one situation with Ter Stegen. It was a very, very clear chance.
Right now, Clement Lenglet tries the shot, but Aitor Fernandez was simply had to go down to his knees and control it. Clement Lenglet, well, at least having a shot on target. I was going to say Barcelona really just letting themselves go and not really even applying a lot of pressure anymore. And Lionel Messi isn't really that active anymore for Barcelona. So let's see what they could do or what he can do to revert the situation. Right now, Lionel Messi has the ball and he passes it to the left side with Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba with Pedri. Alba once again, but he now mistakes his pass. It falls to Morales. Morales with a lot of green space in front of him. He faces Piqué. He tries to have a shot. Piqué simply covers it up. And now another throw-in for Levante. So mistakes of Barcelona could really damage them in the end, as now Jordi Alba has committed the ball in a very dangerous position, and Ousmane Dembélé basically just almost gave an assist to Levante. Right now, Barcelona
that's what might be a problem for Barcelona. The mistakes, defensive mistakes, as it has been quite regular this season that the team concedes too much through that.
Yep. Right now, Barcelona once again have the ball. As we look to the statistics, Barcelona having 70% of the possession against just 30 of Levante, but still Levante looks to be a lot more. Well, I don't know if closer, but they do look a little bit more well focused to going into attack when they can. and Barcelona is simply trying to construct a lot through a lot of passes, but also not really even having a shot on target except the one by Pedri that was really well covered by Aitor. But well, let's see what Barcelona can now do. Right now, one of the Dembélé try to get away from Toño on that right wing. Finally, it falls back to Busquets, and now the midfield of Levante trying to break quickly into space. I think it's Robert Pierre. Robert Pierre, he looks for Roger Martí, and now he does find him. Now he tries to go back to Melero, but finally it goes to the hands of Marc-André ter Stegen. Barcelona allowing a lot of space and not really going into attack right now. We have Messi once again with the ball, with Griezmann, Pedri.
It almost feels like the team was expecting to get a quick goal when they started with that pressure at the beginning.
Yep.
And now they kind of lost and not quite knowing what to do or what's the plan.
Yep. They do look
bit by bit getting better.
Yeah, they do look a little bit lost right now. We have Pedri that goes to Jordi Alba on the left wing. Alba looking for a cross. He does go across. And now finally, good shot. And what an incredible goal by Lionel Messi. After a good deflection, it popped up into the air. The ball went into the air, and Messi simply, with an incredible volley, he went into the left post of Aitor. And Aitor dived, but simply Lionel Messi could not, the goalkeeper could not even reach it. Lionel Messi with an incredible volley of a goal. First goal, 25 minutes. A golazo by Lionel Messi, an incredible shot by a volley. Also, an amazing cross of Jordi Alba that was, I don't know who it was. I think it was Miramon had a touch on it. He simply had a touch. It went a little bit up into the air, and Lionel Messi waited for it. And an incredible volley to the left of Aitor. Aitor dived, but he really couldn't do anything. So an incredible goal. Lionel Messi does score the first goal of the match. He now has 29 goals in the race for Pichichi, being ahead of Karim Benzema with 21. So first goal of the match, Barcelona leading 1-0 against Levante. An incredible goal by Lionel Messi once again, putting the team on his back. And now let's see what Levante has in store. They now are trying to go forward into attack. What do you think, Oliver, of that goal?
It was an excellent volley. Very well placed bottom right corner. And Aitor, who is a good shot stopper, a good specialist at just stopping shots. Maybe not a super goalkeeper, but very quick with the reflexes. I couldn't get there on time, so it was a very good. And I agree. I think it was key that I don't know if it was Miramon or Robert Pierre that got ahead and I got a piece of the cross. But couldn't get to clear it, and the ball was just lobbed, and Messi was for some reason unmarked. I don't understand why. He could run into the box unmarked, and well, when that happens, it's usually a goal.
Yep. As we look to the comments, actually, Valeria Eames says predictions. What would be your prediction, Oliver?
I'd say probably it's 0-3, 1-3. Let's go 0-3. Although the defense looks a bit shaky.
Yeah, I think I would go with a 4-1. 3-goal difference, but 4 goals for Barcelona. Let's hope that it does go that way. As always, if you do have a question,
let's ask them. What do our listeners think, guys?
Yep. Please be sure to leave your predictions, your own predictions. Leave a comment, leave a question. We'll be sure to check them out. And thank you to Valeria for that comment. Right now, Barcelona seems to be having a second breath of fresh air, and they are looking for another goal. Right now, Antoine Griezmann trying to find Messi. Not really good communication. It does fall to Messi after a series of luck. Right now, Messi, once again, he looks for Ousmane Dembélé. He does find him on that right wing. Dembélé goes back to Sergio Busquets once again. Messi trying to do his iconic shot. He does have a shot, but it goes just wide now of the goal of Aitor. He did his iconic play, just going and cutting into the middle. But instead of going to the far post, he tried the near post, tried to possibly surprise Aitor, but it just went a little bit wide of the goal. But Messi now looking a little bit more intense and looking for another goal for his team and for his own tally.
Yeah, they're using the momentum created by the goal to have a spell of dominance and essentially try to close down the game here and just have a quieter second half. I suppose if you go 0-2, 0-3 into the second half, I mean, things are going to be much more under control.
Yep. Right now, Levante now seems to be wanting to go into attack with Rubén Veso in the midfield. It seems as if now the tables have turned, and now Levante is trying to get their lines up, and Barcelona just waiting for them now. It does look a bit weird, but Barcelona is right now in the same position as Levante was trying to do a few minutes ago, being really compact in almost the midfield, and Levante now being forced to go up with good passes and quick successions.
Well, Levante, we mentioned before that Campaña is not available, but actually, two more central midfielders of the team are injured. That's Buksevic and Radoya, the both Balkan players. So that's probably the reason why they're trying to play there with Bardi, which is a bit more offensive, and maybe with two right backs on the side. But they should take advantage that they have like that many specialists there in the central midfield.
And as you were saying that, Oliver, Levante did have a shot on target. It wasn't a particularly good shot. I think it was Enis Bardi. He did get away from one defender of Barcelona, and he did have a shot on target, but Marc-André ter Stegen simply controlled it really well. And then I think ter Stegen, the referee did call a foul on a player of Levante because ter Stegen had the ball in his control, and the player of Levante simply tried to kick it out of his hands. But once again,
it was Enis Bardi. Yes, it was. But I agree. It was a good position, but it wasn't a great shot. Luckily for Barcelona, Enis Bardi could have done a lot better with his quality.
Yeah, and right now, Ousmane Dembélé draws a foul by Duarte that brings him down basically on the midfield. Sergio Roberto warming up. I don't know if they got worried after Ronald Araujo went to the ground. But Sergio Roberto warming up on the sideline. Let's see if he is brought on for the second half. 31 minutes of play. Barcelona leading after an incredible volley of Lionel Messi inside the box. And Levante nil.
Actually, we were saying Bardi now. He scored 2 goals in the defeat, in the victory with Barcelona 3 years ago, the 5-4. Do you remember who scored a hat trick?
I think it was Inui, or what was his name?
No, for Barcelona. For Barcelona.
Oh, for Barcelona? No, I don't remember.
You'll never guess. Coutinho.
Coutinho. Okay, yeah, a player that isn't even in the same country as the team right now. He's back
player that hasn't played in 2021 and whatnot.
Yep. Right now, a corner kick for Barcelona. 32 minutes. Lionel Messi getting ready. Ousmane Dembélé getting closer. He does go with Ousmane Dembélé on that with that short corner. Finally, they go back to Jordi Alba, back with Ousmane Dembélé. Dembélé looking for a cross. He goes a little bit more into the center. Now Pedri. Finally, Levante bring up a little bit more their lines and force Barcelona to also go back a bit. Now Jordi Alba is forced to go all the way back to Marc-André ter Stegen. Ter Stegen goes back to, I think, he goes forward to Busquets. Busquets looking over the other way. They try to find Messi or Jordi Alba, but the defender of Levante was very quick and simply headed out. And now Morales has the ball inside his own pitch, looking for his teammates. He finally finds Robert Pierre. And now they go all the way over to Miramon with Bardi. Bardi gets away from Antoine Griezmann, who is trying to apply a bit more pressure. Rubén Veso. Veso goes for Robert Pierre. Melero. And now Levante controlling the ball after coping very well with that short corner of Barcelona. And now trying to break a little bit more into the half of Barcelona.
Good pressure of Barcelona in the midfield.
Yeah, as we said before, Barcelona allowing Levante to get to a certain point in the pitch. Right now, Barcelona and Messi try to break forward into space. He goes to Ousmane Dembélé inside the box. He tries to get away. Oh, a good crossing now. Pedri Pedri, the second goal for Barcelona. Finally, it does go for Pedri's way. He was alone inside I think it was the box, and he simply had to tap it in after a very good pass by Ousmane Dembélé, who got away from a defender and also got away from the goalkeeper, Aitor, and then simply had to pass it over to Pedri, who was in a better position, and Pedri simply had to tap it inside the goal. So second goal for Barcelona, 34 minutes played. Another very good play of counter-attack for Barcelona. A really good pass a really good pass in between two defenders of Lionel Messi, and then Ousmane Dembélé was quick enough, both mentally and physically, to get away from Duarte to attract Aitor to go outside of his own line, and then simply finding Pedri, who simply had to tap it in. And now 2 goals for Barcelona. The first one wasn't a really good attempt by Pedri. This one was much more simpler, and 2-0 for Barcelona.
You could see how Dembélé used his longest strides to get to that ball. And he's fast in that kind of way with long strides, long legs. And then Duarte could do nothing about it. He tried to body check Dembélé. Almost made a penalty, but there was nothing he could do about that.
No, and also hats off to Ousmane Dembélé, who really even he took the play all the way to the end. He could have gone down after, as you said, Duarte was really using his physicality to try to push Ousmane Dembélé outside of the box. He could have gone down, but he kept on with the play and found Pedri, who simply had to tap it in. Now 35 minutes. Now Levante with a corner kick. Morales getting ready. Here it comes. It goes a little bit short, and Piqué heads it out. Now Griezmann tries to head it out, but it falls to a player of Levante. It's Roger Martí. Roger Martí facing the pressure of Clément Lenglet. He finally draws another corner kick for his team as he bounced it off the legs of Clément Lenglet. So right now, another corner kick for Levante, and Levante now has a little bit more of, they do have a lot more pressure now as they are losing 2-0, and Barcelona will be looking, I think, for those kind of plays now, just waiting to see how far up Levante goes and trying to break quickly into space, especially if they do have Ousmane Dembélé, such a quick player. So Levante getting ready for a cross. They go short. Here comes the cross. It hits Ousmane Dembélé now, and another corner kick for Levante. So what would you say, Oliver? Barcelona will be looking to keep this up, just wait for Levante on certain point of the pitch, and then break into stride with Ousmane Dembélé or Antoine Griezmann or even Messi or Jordi Alba?
I'll try. I think at least for the remaining of this first half, Barcelona may have some another spell of dominance in order to get a third goal. But I wouldn't be too surprised if the second half was a bit more like these few minutes, just laying back and kind of waiting for Levante to try and make a push and breakthrough in order to hit in the counter attack with a lot of space. As you said, Barcelona has a good few like quick players, and even though it's not the natural game style of the team, they could be quite harmful.
Yep. Right now, the third corner kick for Levante, basically in succession, and 5 in total. Right now, it falls to Dembélé after a good header by the defense of Barcelona. And now, once again, trying to break quickly into space, try to find Jordi Alba. But the defense of Levante was quick together and simply kicked the ball away as far as possible. It finally arrives at the feet of Gerard Piqué. Gerard Piqué goes to his right to Ronald Araujo. Now it goes to Frenkie de Jong. De Jong finds Dembélé. Dembélé goes with his French companion, Antoine Griezmann. Now it goes to Frenkie de Jong. Once again, Griezmann. Busquets. Busquets finds once again Griezmann. Griezmann gets away beautifully from a defender of Levante. Now Ousmane Dembélé. Dembélé almost on the edge of the box. He goes to Frenkie de Jong. And Frenkie de Jong gets a corner kick. It seemed almost as if Toño was able to keep it in, but it is a corner kick for Levante. And now a corner kick for Barcelona, almost 40 minutes of play. Corner kick once again. Ousmane Dembélé gets closer for in case Lionel Messi wants to go short. Lionel Messi gets ready. A few good elements on the aerial duels. Here comes the cross. It almost finds Ronald Araujo on the second post. He got up, but the ball just basically chipped off the top of his head. And now it will be ball for Aitor, goalkeeper of Levante.
When Araujo is fully fit, he's so much more powerful than most players in La Liga. It's incredible the exuberance of his physique.
Yeah, I mean he's incredible. He has he has even a better physique, I think, than Gerard Piqué.
More athletic, more power.
Yep, incredible acceleration, and let's hope that Ronald Araujo can also use it to the attack. We know that he can score on corner kicks, as he did score, I think, 2 or 3 matches before, right, Oliver, on the first post after a cross by Lionel Messi. So he does have the capacity, and let's hope that Barcelona does continue using this opportunity.
Yeah, he scored actually the last few games, and he's been quite productive in defensive half. Too bad this season he's had a lot of injuries, but he's potentially a player that could give a lot also offensively to the team.
Yep. Right now, we have reached the 40-minute marks. Levante now have it inside their own box, not being even pressured by Barcelona. I think it's Oscar Duarte that has the ball, and the closest man to him is Lionel Messi. I think like 10 meters away. He finally goes to Miramon. Miramon with a little bit of space in front of him. He has Bardi to his right. It is Sebastian. He finally has a good cross. Finally, the defense of both the defense and Antoine Griezmann, who had gone down quite a bit of space towards his own box, they finally get it back, and they go to Marc-André ter Stegen, who finally kicks it as far away as possible. Here comes Busquets. Busquets heads into the direction of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi goes down and draws a foul. I think it was Rubén Beso this time who brought him down. A little bit disappointing, I think, by Levante. Also not being really that intense. 6 fouls committed by Levante against just 1 of Barcelona. But also they know that if they try to go forward in these final few minutes, Barcelona could actually end the match before even the halftime. So right now, Levante just waiting a little bit more for Barcelona. And Barcelona have the control through their defense with Clément Lenglet basically in the midfield. Now Jordi Alba goes back to Lenglet with Piqué. Piqué looking for Ousmane Dembélé with a long pass. He finally goes to Dembélé. He does find him. Dembélé facing the coverage of Toño. He gets away. He goes to Frenkie de Jong and back to Dembélé. And now Lenglet, Pedri with de Jong. De Jong with almost a beautiful pass to Griezmann in between lines, but the defense of Levante was quick to their feet. And now De Jong commits a foul. I think it was against Toño. Toño went down, and now Levante have the ball.
Well, Levante are not likely to go crazy like on the attack these last few minutes. As we said, there's not much at stake for them, and they are a well-coached team. And they won't take many risks, I think, before halftime, because Paco Lopez has been there a few seasons and they know how to attack differently. And probably we can expect them to be more offensive in the second half, but just not that kind of team that will go just with everyone in the box and crossing balls.
Yep. Levante also, let's remember that they are beneath Barcelona quality-wise, so they are doing the best that they can with the elements that they can. But also Barcelona not really allowing them.
They have as I said, a lot of injured players in the midfield, so they will struggle with creation. But yeah, as you were saying, Barcelona is definitely superior, and going toe-to-toe with them is not an option for the Valencian side.
Yeah, and right now it does seem as if the game has cooled down a bit. Both teams just basically waiting for the whistle of the halftime to go off. Levante are trying to get up a little bit more into space, but also Barcelona with good coverages of key people. Right now, Ronald Araujo is applying a little bit of pressure against Morales. Finally, Morales does find the ball, but Araujo is quick to get there. And now they try to break quickly into space with Griezmann. Griezmann with a beautiful three with an outside touch to Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele with a lot of space in front. Now Duarte is the closest man. He tried to find now Frankie de Jong inside the box, but this time Duarte was there and simply kicked it out. And now it is a corner kick for Barcelona. Once almost basically the same play. Ousmane Dembele on that right wing, terrorizing Duarte. This time Duarte didn't try to use his physicality, but rather just keep up with him. And he was in position to kick the ball away as Frankie de Jong was arriving a little bit late to the box and was basically uncovered once again. Third corner kick for Barcelona in the game. They go short with Lionel Messi. Now Frankie de Jong, he goes back to Messi. Messi with a good cross. It finds Busquets. And Busquets almost has the touch. He was all alone inside the box. He almost had a good touch to tuck it in, but it just went a little bit wide of the second post of Aitor. I think he was in position. I don't know if he was offside, but had he had a little bit more of a heavy touch, it would have certainly been the third goal for Barcelona. He just basically just scraped it, and it went a little bit wide of the goal of Aitor. And after this, the referee has whistled. It is halftime in this match. Barcelona are leading. Beautiful first goal of Lionel Messi with a volley. With this goal, he does reach 29 in the Pichichi race. And after that, a really good goal and by Pedri after an incredible counter attack basically made by Messi and Ousmane Dembele. Pedri simply had to tap it in after Dembele got away from Duarte and then looked up and simply had to pass it over to Pedri. What would be your grade for this first half for Barcelona, Oliver?
Well, there was a very fiery start from the team, and then when the team didn't manage to score in this first 5 to 10 minutes, the pace kind of slowed down until when Barca managed to score the first one a bit before the half hour. And after that, it's been downhill for the team. There was a spell of dominance, and eventually that caused the second goal. Excellent momentum for the team, forcing Levante to take the initiative and to leave spaces behind the back. And there's not much more to it. Barcelona's been quite lucky as well that Levante didn't manage to get clear shots in this 10 to 15 minutes between the start and the first goal, because there were a few minutes of hesitation when kind of the pace slowed down. But now that the game seems pretty much settled, if Barca doesn't have any defensive mistakes, which hopefully they won't, it should be pretty much done.
Yep.
To be honest, even though Levante are a good team, it doesn't look like they could be very harmful on the if there's not one of those stupid mistakes that sometimes happen.
Yep. It looks as if Levante are relying a lot on Morales and Bardi to get up on the field and try to score that first goal for Levante. I'm sorry, but it also does seem as if Barcelona are really comfortable right now with the scoreline. They're also comfortable allowing Levante to get up the field and simply then just counter attack fully with Ousmane Dembele primarily their target. And as you said, if they don't really commit any of those stupid mistakes, they should be able to coast just through with the second half. Probably look for the third one and then just wait for the match to end. So, I don't know if you have anything else to say before we go to our break.
Good to go for the break now. Let's see if there's any substitutions when we get back.
Okay. We'll take a few minutes of break, and please be sure we'll be here for the second half. And as always, if you have any comments, please be sure to leave it on the comments box, and we'll be sure to check them out. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Here, Joav Pedraza with Oliver Domínguez. We are here for the second half of Barcelona against Levante. For those that couldn't really even watch or didn't tune in for our first half reaction, Barcelona are leading after a beautiful volley of Lionel Messi after a love pass, and and then a beautiful just tap in basically, right, by Pedri after really good after a really good play by Ousmane Dembélé.
It was a good half overall for Barcelona. There were a few kind of slower minutes before the first goal, but the very beginning of the game and after that first goal, great goal by Messi. It's been good. Barcelona's been dominating, has been sharp, good rhythm, and we hope to see a bit of the same in the second half. Although there's a substitution now. Araujo probably was having some physical problems. He was replaced by Sergi Roberto, which may send De Jong back in the defense and plays Dembele a bit more up front, whereas Sergi Roberto takes his spot on the right side, I suppose.
So change has been confirmed then for Barcelona. Ronald Araujo, who after a corner kick by Levante wasn't really quick to get up to his feet, so he has been subbed off. It looks as if it was simply man for man. Roberto seems to be playing behind Ousmane Dembélé and behind the midfield. What could happen would be a change to 4-3-3, and Sergio Roberto play a more natural role of right back behind a midfield of Pedri, De Jong, and Busquets. So we'll have to keep an eye out on what is the formation. I do believe from these first few seconds of the second half, it will be a 4-3-3. Jordi Alba playing that left back position that where he normally would have played. Well, he has played for many, many years. And well, yeah, and right now as things stand, Barcelona are leaders, right? Oliver, well, obviously waiting to see what both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid have to say in their own matches. But Barcelona right now are leaders.
We're on top of the table, yes, and that's a bit more pressure for Atletico playing tomorrow and Real Madrid playing on Thursday. Interesting game. The one Atletico is going to play tomorrow. They're hosting Real Sociedad. Hard game for them, and with a lot at stake for Real Sociedad. They're pushing for Europa League positions.
Yep, Imanol Wasil with those iconic images of him screaming as a fan and asking the reporters to allow him to scream as a fan after winning La Copa del Rey final of last year that was played just a few weeks ago. And so a very eager team to do well, and also a very eager manager that wants to do well with his the club of his dreams. As we were seeing that, Messi was in front of goal a little bit to the left with a good shot, but it went just way off target. Aitor didn't even have to do anything; it was simply just way off target. And right now, it looks as if Barcelona won that third goal in order to have just a more quiet and much more, let's say, normal or Barcelonesque match in which they have full control of both the scoreline and what happens inside the pitch. But let's see what Levante has to say about it right now. Sergio Roberto gave the ball away, and Melero has the ball. He finally goes all the way over to Miramon. Miramon trying to find Bardi, I think, or was it De Las Frutas? De Frutos, I'm sorry. It was De Frutos. Now Barcelona have a throw in. They go back, and Gerard Piqué that has the ball. He goes all the way back to Marc-André ter Stegen. Now he goes to his right with Sergi Roberto. Sergio trying to gain a little bit more of ground. He finally goes to Busquets. Now to De Jong with Ousmane Dembélé. Finally De Jong. He dribbles past one player. He goes forward. He looks for space. He goes forward. He tries to dribble pass. He tried to pass to Lionel Messi. Finally, the defense of Levante were already all over that pass. but falls once again to Barcelona. At the moment, it looks as if Griezmann is playing a little bit more to that left side, and Messi in the center of the attack, right, Oliver?
Yeah, it's as you said, a 4-3-3, and the trident playing up front would be precisely as you said, and three in the midfield with Roberto and Alba as a fullback on both sides, and just two centre backs, Lenglet and Piqué.
Yeah, as we were saying that, De Frutos now broke away after getting the ball from Clément Lenglet. Ronald clearly not very happy with the French defender. He simply gave the ball away to De Frutos with a lot of space in front of him. And then he tried to have a beautiful cross towards Bardi, but it simply went too wide and too strong. So it's now a throw-in for Barcelona. Sergio Roberto to Sergio Busquets that simply wants to get away as far away as possible. The defense of now Levante tries to head it away, and finally goes to the hands of Marc-André ter Stegen.
De Frutos is a graduate from Madrid, Real Madrid's youth system, who's been quite successful this season, dishing out a lot of assists and scoring a few goals. It's been one of the surprises of the first division.
Yeah, he has been trying to be a lot really active, but also Miramon not really helping him that much, especially since he has had to cover Jordi Alba. But right now, Levante do have the ball. It is Morales that tries to find Bardi, and finally Roger Maria also tried to push for that ball, but Marc-André ter Stegen kicks it away as far as possible. And now Ousmane Dembélé seems to be having a little bit of a physical problem on one of his foot. Now Bardi gets away once again. He has the ball on his feet. He tries to go to Roger Maria in the center. A good header, but Marc-André ter Stegen controls it very simply, not having a lot of issues. So Barcelona once again having a little bit of mistakes in that midfield and allowing Levante to have these occasions in which they could, in the end, provoke a goal.
Barcelona need to be very careful. One mistake could change this game entirely into something much more complicated. Barcelona should, I think, try keep the ball, try keep attacking, because there's still plenty of time if the team concedes a goal.
Right now, Barcelona do have the ball. It is Frenkie de Jong that goes to the left with Jordi Alba, Clément Lenglet. Lenglet back to Alba. Now Pedri. Also, Oliver, if Barcelona do score another goal, it could be an opportunity for Ronald Koeman to also use the bench and give a little bit more of minutes of rest to key players like Pedri, Lionel Messi, Frenkie de Jong, even Busquets.
I think all the names you said could use some rest. Probably most of them could eventually be replaced, but I'm not sure about Messi. And I'm not sure about De Jong either. I mean, both of them have been with those 4 yellow cards for ages before the Clásico.
Yeah, we were talking about it ever since before El Clásico.
Yeah, and they haven't seen the 5th one yet. I think it would be a good moment to rest them if Barcelona gets the 3rd goal and you are 3 goals up. So they would get a good half hour, 40 minutes rest, and you keep them from seeing the yellow card for the remaining. Well, before these 2 last games, they are key for LaLiga.
Yep. Right now, Miramon with a good cross. He tried to find Melero, and Melero did have a good contact, almost had a good contact with his head, but it simply went just miles away over the crossbar of Marc-André ter Stegen. A good cross by Miramon, but Melero did not have a good contact at all. Right now,
maybe a little too low to go, a little too low across to go for the header, but he was in a good position and it was a good ball. Yeah.
Right now, it looks as if Barcelona are trying to get very quickly up the pitch and simply put the game to rest, but not really being successful. Messi trying to find those key passes, but also being really pressured as soon as the ball arrives to his feet. And
while it's Messi, it's normal that the rivals try to close down on him. But Barcelona should be ready for that.
As we take a quick look to the bench of Barcelona, we have Neto Tenas in the goalkeeper, Mingueza, Umtiti, Des, Roberto, who's already been subbed on for Araujo, as well. Well, Firpo also on the pitch, Pjanic, Puig, Moriba for the midfield, Trincao, and Braithwaite in the attack. So players that could come on right now for Barcelona. As we once again see Levante, who try to attack through their right wingers, especially through Miramon and De Frutos. But once again, the cross simply too strong and not even reaching Bardi, who is on the other side of the pitch. So Barcelona right now allowing a lot of attack through their left side of the pitch, a position where Jordi Alba should be, as well as Clement Lenglet. And the midfield basically not even attracting a lot of or having a lot of the possession for Barcelona. Right now we have Messi on the right wing getting away from one defender, almost two defenders, but I think it was Toño who slid down and who went to the ground and kept the ball out. I'm sorry, it was Melero. So Messi almost got away from two defenders and break away into the space with Usman Dembélé besides him. Right now, Frenkie de Jong has the ball once again. He goes back to Gerard Piqué. So right now, this is what Barcelona should be doing, having the ball and not really even allowing Levante to get up the pitch and having a good defense through the possession of the ball. Right now, they find Jordi Alba on the right wing, on the left wing. He goes to Lionel Messi. Aitor has a hand of the ball. Now it's De Jong that tries to lob it into the ball into the net, but it goes just a little bit over the bar. A good counter attack by Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba. Aitor had a hand on that cross by Jordi Alba. Then the ball simply fell to Frenkie de Jong, who tried a very subtle and lob finish. But if at the end it went over the bar for the Dutch midfielder, had he gone for a little bit more power, it would have possibly gone in. But the
ball was bouncing. It wasn't easy to probably slam the ball. But it was a very bad clearance by the keeper. He saved the center. That's right. The cross, right? That's right. And in the middle of the box. But man, that ball, loose ball at the edge of the box with no keeper. Jesus, that was a very bad clearance.
Yep. So Levante right now being lucky, let's say, that Frenkie de Jong did not have a good touch. Also, I think he did try to tuck it in with his left foot, right? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It is a good goal. It is a goal for Levante.
Melero.
A goal by Melero. A header. I think he won the position against Gerard Piqué. Another good cross by De Frutos. And finally, a goal for Levante. So what we were saying, Levante simply had to get inside. Had to have one good opportunity. And finally, Melero with a good header after that disastrous header just a few minutes ago. I'm not sure who sent in the cross, but
I think it was Melero. De Frutos, I'd say.
Okay,
double check. Miramon. It's Miramon.
Okay, it's Miramon. And no, the defense was very fragile. Both Gerard Piqué and Sergi Roberto basically defeated against the attackers of Levante. Gerard Piqué had lost the position against José Luis Morales, and then Melero won the position against Sergi Roberto. So both defenders were very, very not really good in positioning and defending. 2-1 for Barcelona, still leading against Levante. Goal in the 57th minute for Melero. And now let's see, because Levante is just one goal away from being once again in this match. It will be an interesting match for these minutes. Let's see what also Barcelona has in store. Right now, Frenkie de Jong gets away, and he does have a lot of green space in front of him. He tries to find Antoine Griezmann, but he does find Messi. Messi with a good shot, but it hits the defender. Once again, I thought with a terrible clearance. And now another clearance by the goalkeeper. And now he tries an overkick of the clearance. It falls to Pedri, and Pedri once again tries to get the shot, but the defender once again of Levante intercedes. A crazy play right now. Now it looks
as if scramble, yeah.
Now it looks as if Bardi tries to go quickly into counter-attack now with Frutos. But now Barcelona are in position. The defense has gone back as well as the midfield. And what a scramble! What an incredible and messy play. Right now, it is Antonio that goes ahead into the attack, and now Morales with a good shot. It's deflected by a defender, and now it falls to Marc-André ter Stegen. 2
Yeah,
minutes
as
of
we
it.
said, before, the goalkeeper is a good shot stopper, but not a great keeper. It's a bit chaotic sometimes. Oh,
I think Oliver is just a few seconds behind in the transmission, but crazy play right now. And once again, Levante is in attack now. Morales, an incredible shot,
goal.
and what a goal for
Yeah,
Levante!
goal. What a goal by Morales.
What a goal by Jose Morales! An incredible volley. He looked to
Luis Morales,
the
yes.
long post of Marc-André ter Stegen, and once again, Barcelona throw to the trash. 2-goal advantage in just a matter of 5 minutes.
Yes. 15 minutes since the beginning of the second half, and 2 goals in 5 minutes, as you said. I was explain that the keeper is a bit chaotic as I saw that goal. There's a nice combination between Rouget, Martí, and Morales, who won with a volley with his left foot from inside the box. It was too easy for him to get past PK. Yeah, and with just that combination with Rouget, they left Lenglet behind too. Sergi Roberto was nowhere to be found, even though the play started on the left side. Again, very fragile defensive line for that of Barcelona.
The play was born after a very terrible pass by Lionel Messi, who received the pass by Sergio Busquets, and I think he tried to go back to Busquets, but Lionel Messi just simply gave away the ball to the attackers of Levante. So really not a normal sight to see. Right now, substitutes for Levante, who are trying to bring a little bit more pressure, I think. And Isbardi leaves the pitch, and Dani Gomez is on for Levante. And
that's
also
probably going to be a substitution to place Dani Gomez up front and probably Morales on one side, leaving Molsa, which came in for Duarte, in the midfield, and probably placing Miramon as a centre back, I'd say, and Robert Piera as a right back. But we will see. Mikel Molsa is the player we mentioned that arrived to Levante last summer, and it was a nice surprise. Very physical midfielder, box to box, and with the ability to cover a good amount of ground.
Right now, actually, Molsa had his first shot on target, and Marc-André ter Stegen controlled it very simply. But let's say that Barcelona seemed to be very disoriented with this 4-3-3 formation. They don't really even know how to be playing. They try to play through the center, but the entire midfield of Levante is very focused and get quickly to whoever the player is with the ball. And also, it looks as if the wings have been nullified by the formation change, as now Jordi Alba can't go up that wing that much, and Ousmane Dembélé also tries to keep back, as Sergio Roberto is very chaotic and isn't even in position when he has to. Now, an incredible cross by Jordi Alba trying to find Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong couldn't really control it. It found its way to Aitor. Aitor now has the ball, and Frenkie de Jong trying his best to do something a little bit different for his team, but now we look back to those occasions in which Aitor either had a bit of luck or Barcelona couldn't really put the game to rest. And now it looks as if the momentum is with Levante, and the defense of Barcelona is a little bit chaotic at the moment.
I don't know what formation change was more decisive, if the one made by Koeman had a negative effect, or maybe something Paco Lopez authored had a positive one. But Barcelona hasn't been themselves in the second half at all.
But now the ball falls to Ousmane Dembélé, and now Ousmane Dembélé scores the goal. After a very good attempted pass by Lionel Messi to Griezmann, the ball bounced off the defender. It fell to the lap of Ousmane Dembélé, and Ousmane Dembélé was in a 1v1 situation against Aitor. and he did score the goal. So a 6th goal for Barcelona in LaLiga this season. Let's see if it does hold up after the players of Levante.
It's not offside. It shouldn't be offside. I think it was clearly not.
No, it's not an offside because I do think Toño plays on both Griezmann and Ousmane Dembélé, but a player of Levante is saying that Antoine Griezmann connected him on his left foot. But, well, at least at the moment, Ousmane Dembélé has scored the 3rd goal for Barcelona, a really good goal. He faced Aitor, and an incredible right foot shot, and he just went through Aitor.
I don't think it will be disallowed, to be honest. Miramon is a player on the floor, on the ground, sorry. Apparently it's hurt. But I don't think that was a foul by Griezmann by any means. And definitely not an offside.
So just to confirm, a 3rd goal for Barcelona by Ousmane Dembélé. At the moment, I think the referee is still checking with those in VAR after Miramon went down because he said that Antoine Griezmann connected his foot. Also, I think they will be checking in case it was offside. It shouldn't be disallowed because of offside. And also, I don't think Antoine Griezmann really even connected with Miramon. And if he did, it wasn't even that much of a contact for him to go down like the way he went down. And he went down screaming in pain.
To be honest, I think he's faking it.
He went down screaming in pain.
Contact, but that's nothing. Yeah, I think it's clearly faking it. I have no doubts we'll be seeing playing normally in like 20 seconds when they
allow the goal.
Yeah.
So Oliver, I think like 10 minutes ago we were talking about if Barcelona should put on some players to give those key players that haven't been having that much rest. But now the situation has changed. Now just 1 goal ahead against Levante team that really reacted well. The goal has been allowed. So 3-2 for Barcelona. An incredible shot by Ousmane Dembélé with his right foot. So a good goal for Barcelona that puts them ahead once again. 65 minutes of game. For those that have just tuned in, Levante tied the game in basically 5 minutes against Barcelona. A good header by Melero and an incredible shot by Morales. But right now, Dembélé has put Barcelona once again on top.
Let's hope this one this time lasts longer, because that was it was a 2-goal difference blown away in 5 minutes. So let's hope Barcelona is a bit more solid now, and maybe not to rest any starts, but maybe a substitution from Koeman would be good to solidify midfield or something, or maybe even the defense.
Yeah, as you were saying that, Oliver, I'm sorry to interrupt. Frankie Young was brought down by Malsa, and I think that Frutos was really having at it with the referee, and he has seen the first yellow card of the match. A match with not that many fouls, or even this is a first yellow card.
It's been quite clean and quite sort of technical and not that physical.
Yep. So first yellow card of the match to the Frutos because of a constant.
Referee, yeah.
Yep. So a really good match so far, but I think Barcelona does resent a lot not having Araujo on the pitch, because Araujo does bring a lot of stability to that defense, especially for Gerard Piqué, as he knows that he has Araujo to his right, who is very quick, who is very physical. And Gerard Piqué seems to be having a bad time right now, and Clement Lenglet isn't also having that great second half as he did have the first one.
And Lenglet is not the most reliable player this season. I think Mingueza is also missed there, and that's probably why Koeman decided to go with 4-3-3 to just try play Piqué and Lenglet with no other centre back. But I think Mingueza and Araujo are really missed at the back, and the team feels it. I mean, it's funny to say because neither one of them was supposed to be important at the beginning of this season, and now they happen to be vital for the team.
Yep. Right now, Barcelona is having the ball. Ter Stegen found Sergio Roberto to his right, back to Ter Stegen, a little bit pressured by Roger Marti. They find it at last Lionel Messi, who is deep offside. Lionel Messi having a word with the referee, telling him that he was in front of a defender and he couldn't have been offside if he was in front of one. But at last, the offside is upheld, and right now Levante has the ball. So as you were saying, Oliver, both players, both Oscar Mingueza and Araujo, weren't really seemed as key players for this season. But could you see let's say, a 4-3-3 formation in which both Araujo and Mingueza were the center backs?
Right now, I probably could see that more than I could see this PK and this Lenglet. But that said, with those two, I think you would need someone more technical, because Araujo is not bad with the ball at his feet, but is more physical, and Mingueza is also kind of a cover centre back that covers ground and kind of fights. So probably you need someone more technical in order to play out of defense. But other than that, yes, I mean, right now they have a good level.
Yep. As you were saying that, I'm sorry, the Frutos with a good cross. And I think it was once again Morales with a good control. But now the defense of Barcelona turned on their defense mode and simply got the ball away. Once again, Barcelona allowing Levante to get up the pitch to a certain point and then applying a little bit of pressure. But it does look as if certain players of the defense of Barcelona don't have the confidence the way they should. Right now, it's once again on through that right wing. He goes with a long cross at player Levante, but finally it finds its way to the hands of Marc-André ter Stegen. Now he goes to his left with Clément Lenglet. 70 minutes played of this match, a very thrilling match so far for Barcelona and Levante. Barcelona were leading 2-0 at the half, and then Levante came back in basically 5 minutes to tie the match. And then, Barcelona with Ousmane Dembélé scored the third goal, and now Barcelona once again leading the match, but also Levante not putting their arms down. They are trying to go forward right now. Toño trying to go forward. He tries to find Morales, but he's covered really well by Frenkie de Jong. Now with a beautiful back heel pass to Antoine Griezmann. And now they find their way all the way away from that pressure. And Pedri with a very bad pass to Lionel Messi. I think Pedri could be one of those players, could be subbed off because, as you said, fatigue does bring a lot more imprecision and inaccuracy. So you don't want that kind of liability right now in this kind of match. Once again, De Frutos on that right wing, he with a very violent cross, and Clément Lenglet trying to get rid of it, and he sends it over to corner kick right now.
The Frutos is having a very good game, we must say. Is proving to be a danger.
Yep.
And Alba is no match for him defensively.
Yep, De Frutos doing a lot, always being in the position where he has to be, and a few good crosses, and at least bring a lot more intensity to this match than maybe some players could have gone. Here comes the cross by Levante, a good header. It almost finds its way to Melero. He does find it at the end. It comes to Toño. Toño back to Melero, looking up, trying to find someone. And the end, he does find Miramon. Miramon goes all the way over to Rubén Veso. Now all the way over on the right side. It goes to Malsa. Malsa finds its way. A good shot, a good long shot by Levante, it seemed, but in the end, it went very, very wide of the goal of Marc-André ter Stegen. So Levante trying to once again tie this match. We'll have to see what they can produce and what they could do against a very fragile defense of Barcelona at the moment.
There's going to be a substitution. I think Pedri is coming off, and Oscar Minguez is coming on. So again, we have 3 centre backs, and probably that would put Roberto on the right side of the midfield. and back to 3-5-2, I'd say.
We'll have to see what Ronald Koeman instructs to his team, because also Oscar Mingueza could play that right back position and simply move up Sergio Roberto. But we'll have to see. Sergio Roberto not having the best performance so far.
He's
he has
not
been
in a good form
inconsistent
since the injury. Yeah, he hasn't been sharp.
right now. Oscar Mingueza with his first physicality against Levante. Here comes Roger Martí. He finds Dani. Dani with a good long shot, but it goes just wide once again. There was a touch of a player of Barcelona, so another corner kick for Levante, and another substitution for Levante getting ready. It is Coque, the veteran player Coque, getting ready also to come on. And I think he will substitute off, I don't know if it's Miramon. Yeah,
Miramon, yes.
So Miramon comes off and Coque will substitute him. Coque also a right back, right?
And Sergio León, yeah, exactly. And Sergio León is replacing Roger Martí. Sergio León is a veteran, former Betis player, also a striker. I think a lot worse than Roger Martí, but now it'd be fresher. And Coque is a veteran on the right side, right back. Had a former Sevilla player, he scores a good number of goals for playing in such a defensive position. But he's had like a lot of physical problems. He was playing for Schalke and then he injured his ligaments, his knee. And then eventually he landed in Levante, already a veteran. Is not he doesn't play that often now, but he's gonna probably be a bit fresher, more dangerous than Miramon, and he has the experience to be harmful again with Jordi Alba struggling already on that side.
So two veteran players on for Levante. Barcelona yet to they have used two substitutions right now. Still having a few players Ronald Koeman to his disposition in order to possibly have a little bit more of freshness in certain key parts of the pitch. Right now it's Levante that have the ball with Rubén Veso. Rubén Veso that goes to Coque. And now it goes back to Robert Pierre. Robert Pierre tries to find Morales with a lot of green space in front of him. No, I'm sorry, it is Dani Gomez. No, and now a good shot that after Panza was behind, and it is deemed offside. I thought from all the way from the beginning that Dani Gomez was offside. Very clear offside, but still the defense of Barcelona arriving a little bit late to it.
And there was also, the play had been disallowed already, but there was another player that came through the diagonal, and it was Goldmouth, essentially having won the position against the defender.
Right now it's Barcelona that get the ball away through. Marcanete is taking once again. It is a foul by Frenkie de Jong, and Frenkie de Jong will see the yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card. Finally, at long last.
He will not be against yellow card. He won't be in that critical match against Celta de Vigo. Possibly now Ronald Koeman asked himself, why didn't I take him off before? Marza was a player that suffered that foul. I don't know exactly what the referee saw there. Frenkie de Jong did have a contact.
I think he was just late. I think the yellow card is because he was late and he essentially crashing the defender, like just run him over practically. It wasn't a hard foul, but I can't see the yellow card, although it is a pity. I don't know if there was much chance for Koeman though to replace him earlier, since the team gave away that 2-goal lead in just a few minutes. But it's going to be a big miss for Vigo on Sunday.
Yep. Right now, De Fruto is once again being very active. He tried to find his teammates in the middle. It fell to the hands of Marcanete Stegen, and now Ousmane Dembélé tries to go break a little bit into space, but finally Morales brings him down basically in the midfield, and he does see a yellow card. So 3 yellow cards in this match, 2 for players of Levante and 1 of Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong will miss the next match against Celta de Vigo on Sunday. But 78 minutes played. Barcelona suffering a little bit, not being also not suffering that much at the moment, but also not creating a lot against the goal of Levante we haven't mentioned, I thought, in the past few minutes. So Barcelona really disputing the match with their own defense in the midfield.
I think the team is kind of caught in two minds because there's a short lead, but they don't want to go forward. And there's going to be a substitution, two of them actually. I think that's
double substitution.
Braithwaite.
Yep, Martin Braithwaite and Serginho Dest are being ready to come on. Well, are getting ready to come on. So we'll see now where Serginho Dest will play. Maybe substitute off Jordi Alba. We'll have to see what Ronald Koeman does. Right now it's a throw-in for Barcelona. Jordi Alba is getting ready. Well, does have the ball in his hands. And the end he goes to Sergio Busquets. Now Griezmann back to Jordi Alba. He goes all the way back to Lenglet, and he in turn goes to Gerard Piqué. Oscar Mingueza finds Ousmane Dembélé on that right side of the pitch. He has to go back to the defender. And now Mingueza goes all the way back to Marc-André ter Stegen. Now Clément Lenglet. Jordi Alba almost gave the ball away, but Lenglet won it back very well. Now Lionel Messi trying to look for a long pass. In the end, he turns and goes to Antoine Griezmann. Now Oscar Mingueza trying to go forward. He's basically alone as Ousmane Dembélé just waits back. He finally goes to Lionel Messi. Messi with Busquets. Busquets looking for one of his teammates. He finally goes to Clément Lenglet. Now Jordi Alba. He once again goes back to Clément Lenglet. And now Gerard Piqué. Right now, a key ball for Barcelona as they have the two substitutions already ready to come on, but just waiting for the ball to leave the pitch. Finally, a foul by a player at Levante against Messi. I think it was Robert Pierre. So a foul against Messi once again, and now substitutions are getting ready to come on. We'll see what players will be coming off the pitch. Antoine Griezmann seems to be leaving. Yes, he will be coming off for Martin Braithwaite. Not a bad match by the Frenchman, trying to be very, very, very involved, but also not having that final touch. And I don't know who Serginho Dest came on for. Oh, it was Ousmane Dembélé.
Yeah. So definitely a defensive substitution.
Yep.
Dembélé was playing. He scored a goal, but he wasn't a constant danger. But he was scaring Levante a lot. He also caused the yellow card that Morales saw, and every time he touched the ball, he was creating chaos because the defense didn't quite know how to guard him. So definitely it's going to be a defensive substitution. Although Serginho Dest is very quick and he could also be harmful these last few minutes coming on fresh.
Almost 82 minutes have been played of this match. But also it looks as if Barcelona have gone back to that three-defender system, and Serginho Dest on that right wing where Ousmane Dembélé was basically. And right now, Levante.
It was with Mingueza, I think that the team went back to that formation.
Yep. Right now, it's Levante once again that has the ball with with Robert Pierre. Robert Pierre looking for long passes, not really finding anyone. He finally goes to Toño, who's on his left. Now Morales, back to Robert Pierre. Once again, trying to find Toño on the long pass. Serginho Dest is all over him. Serginho Dest slips and allows Toño to get up and trying to look for a cross. And it is a goal for Levante.
No.
A very good cross by Toño. And I think it was León that simply had to
Sergio León.
Kicked it in to the first post of Marc-André ter Stegen. And the goalkeeper was not quick enough to react. Very strange play for Serginho Dest. He slipped.
Unlucky.
And then Toño simply got away from him with a good cross, with a good strong cross, and León, with a very good contact on the ball, and one to the first post of Marc-André ter Stegen. So 83rd minute, 3-3 for Levante and Barcelona. Once again, Barcelona have thrown to the trash the any advantage that they had. No offside on the play as Gerard Piqué does put into correct position Toño. And then Gerard Piqué, once again, very slow to get to where he should be in the first place. Mark, I think actually
the near post, it probably should have been Ter Stegen doing something else too.
And also, Serginho this had a touch on the ball, and that's why it arrived so quickly. And Sergio León simply had to give it a little bit more of direction. But once again, Gerard Piqué, very out of position, and Marc-André ter Stegen not quick enough to really react.
Riqui Puig coming on.
Well, at least a few minutes for Riqui Puig.
For Roberto. Roberto came on at the halftime, lest we forget. Now he's off 40, not even 40 minutes after that. That's how he played. I think that says a lot. It is now a difficult one, and if the team doesn't score in the last few minutes, it is essentially the end of the title campaign for the team.
Let's remember that Barcelona really only they need a win. They don't need a tie. They need the 3 points of this match. It seemed as if they were going to cruise by on the half, but as it has been the case in numerous times this season, this team can't really hold on to any advantage. Let's see if they can produce anything magic or anything to put them once again in the lead. A very, very bad performance by the defense in this second half, particularly after Ronald Araujo was
3 goals in the second half. Yes, it's just, all 3 goals have been in this second half of the game.
And let's see what right now Barcelona have in store. It is Riqui Puig. Riqui Puig goes back to Sergio Busquets, and now Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba finds Frenkie de Jong. Messi trying to pass it through to Jordi Alba, who was arriving basically unmarked. Now Riqui Puig with a really good pass to Oscar Mingueza with a good cross, and it was almost reaching De Jong, but the defense of Levante was quick to get there. And now Serginho this with Oscar Mingueza, Busquets with Messi. Messi gets away from one. He tries to get away from 2. He almost finds Serginho this also arriving basically unmarked. But now the ball arrives at the feet of a player of Levante, and now they try to break quickly with Morales. Morales has to break back and go back to his defense. And now Barcelona trying to apply a lot of pressure, especially with Riqui Puig, who has fresh legs right now. Koke pulling a lot of patience and a lot of experience into this match. Yeah. Just waiting for Barcelona to go back, and now he plays to the other side. And now Levante once again loses the ball. Serginho this gets away from one. He has to go back. He plays it back to Oscar Mingueza, and now Clément Lenglet to Jordi Alba, Riqui Puig. He tries to find Frenkie de Jong in between lines, but I think it was Melendo who was there to simply kick it away. Now Morales tries to find, I think, Melendo, and now Jordi Alba gets the ball away, and it goes to Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi almost on the edge of the box. He gets away from 1. He almost got away from 2, but the defense of Levante was all over him, not really even allowing him to get through to the box. Now it's once again with Sergio Busquets. Busquets looks for this. He does find him. And now Mingueza looks for a cross. No, he goes back to this to Sergio Busquets. Busquets trying to find Messi, and he almost does, but Rubén Veso is right there to just head it out. Now Jordi Alba facing a defender of Levante. He has to go back to Riqui Puig. Now Busquets, once again Riqui Puig, looking for a good pass, not really finding it. And now he goes back to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba trying to cross it, and it goes over the bar after a deflection by the defense of Levante. Almost 88 minutes, and Barcelona is tying with Levante 3-3. Barcelona was leading 2-0 in the half. They ended up giving away that lead in basically 5 minutes, and then they scored a third one, and they have tied now. Corner for Barcelona. 88 minutes played. Let's see if they can do anything in the aerial duels that they have. Here it comes. Here comes the cross. They look for both Gerard Piqué and Clément Lenglet. I'm not really even sure who contacted, but it went just really, really wide, not even in direction of goal.
There's going to be a substitution in Levante. I think it's going to happen now. I'm not sure. There's a player ready, number 43. And it's Morales leaving the pitch for Georgie. Morales with 13 league goals. It was one of his best season ever. And Georgie Kochorashvili, the Georgian, replacing him, youngster. It's a defensive substitution, of course. Morales plays all over the front line, being one of the veterans and one of the main stars of the team. He scored a goal today. And probably just Levante are trying to save that point. Even though they had a very good second half, to be honest. The partial score of the second half would be 3-1 for them. So that's saying something.
Yeah, so right now, Barcelona does have the ball once again. It is 4 minutes that will be added on for this match. Mingueza goes to Serginho Dest. Back to Mingueza. Now Gerard Piqué. Piqué with Clément Lenglet. Now Frenkie de Jong. Busquets with Ricky Puig. And now Braithwaite with a terrible pass. He almost tried to find Lionel Messi. And now it seemed as if Leon was almost ready to get away, but Clément Lenglet with a beautiful slide. And now he almost gave the ball away after almost a horrendous pass to Ricky Puig. Now Clément Lenglet brings down a player of Levante, and then he punches the ball away in a tantrum. He does see a yellow card.
Yeah.
So not a very smart move by Clément Lenglet. And then
frustration as he speaks. He knows they committed too many mistakes, and they may run out of time now. I think there was a foul on Georgie, actually.
Yep, and now Malsa taking his sweet time to get the ball rolling once again. Ronald Koeman not really that happy with his team, as neither, I would imagine, any fan of Barcelona right now. Toño trying to get away. He does find Dani Gomez. In the end, Serginho Dest is quick to react. He kicks the ball away. The ref does give a foul for Barcelona. Lionel Messi trying to have it as quick as possible. 91 minutes played. 1 minute played of the 4 that have been added. The referee tells the Barcelona players that they have to get the ball rolling, but behind the position that they had. Now Serginho Dest. Levante just waiting for Barcelona in the midfield. Once they get to a certain position, they do press with a lot of players to the player that has the ball. Right now it's Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig, he finally finds Jordi Alba. Levante not even allowing the players of Barcelona to get into a position where they could trouble Aitor. Now Serginho Dest. Dest with Mingueza. Mingueza back with Dest. Now Mingueza. Now Gerard Piqué. 2 minutes have been played of the 4 that have been added. Now Clément Lenglet that finds Jordi Alba, that gets away from one. Now he finds Messi. Messi tries to find once again Jordi Alba, but I think it was Koke simply read the pass all the way. And now it looked as if Levante was almost on the verge of going into counter-attack themselves. Once again, I think it's Ricky Puig that has the ball, trying to be as participative as possible in these final minutes, trying to have the ball as much as possible. Now Lionel Messi, he goes back to Ricky. Ricky has to turn. He turns and gets away from Malsa. And now Gerard Piqué. Now Dest on that right wing, all alone. He doesn't know what to do. He has to go back to Sergio Busquets. And now Sergio Busquets tries with a cross. And now Barcelona with another corner. 93 minutes played. It looks as if Aitor was a little bit nervous in that cross. Here, the player, I think it's Messi that's getting ready. Here comes the cross. Almost a good header, but Piqué could not really reach it. And now Levante simply kick it away as far away as possible. And now it looks as if Melendo is going into a counter attack. And now it looks as if Gomez simply wants to waste as much time as possible. Gomez is alone. He does find in the end Georgie. And now it is Levante that's almost on the edge of the box of Barcelona. A long shot, I think, just 10 seconds away, and Barcelona will be losing any ambition.
It's a corner. Yeah.
It's a corner. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a corner for Levante. So this match has ended. Barcelona basically just gave away the title race to both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. A very terrible defense performance in this second half. And I think this match will end after this corner kick. Once again, the defense being the weak link for Barcelona. Lionel Messi looking already towards the benches and getting ready to basically exit the field, just waiting for the whistle to go off. Here comes the corner kick. It goes just back to Koke. Koke tries a shot. The attempt is covered by Oscar Mingueza, and the referee does give the final whistle. Ronald Koeman looking very angry, also knowing that his job could be on the line. So Barcelona, once again, just draw and give away almost a certain victory, Oliver.
Yes, the team's got one victory in the last 4 games. Too little for be a title contender, and we must say today has been a major disappointment, almost as much as losing to Granada after being leading. Yeah, I mean, now it's just impossible to think that there's a chance to win the league at all. Major disappointment.
Yeah,
Terrible second half defensively. You conceded 3 goals, particularly the first 2 in like a 5-minute margin. The team has not been mentally strong. Very little to salvage in that second half.
Yeah, first half really good half for Barcelona, controlling the ball, controlling the tempo, controlling basically all the attempts on target. But I don't know if even Ronald Araujo was such a big of an impact, or even if the players of Barcelona simply relaxed too much in the second half and simply gave away all the momentum to Levante simply because of, I don't know if uninterest or simply thinking that the match was won in the in the halftime.
I think there's also some blame. Well, there's blame for many of them to go around, but Koeman, he's been trying to bring up to speed Sergi Roberto since the injury, but he is not on form since he came back. And honestly, today he came on to the pitch at halftime. I think Araujo may have some sort of injury or physical problem, and he was replaced before the end of the game. He wasn't even on 40 minutes on the pitch. That's how he played. How badly he played, probably, and that's probably on Koeman because he knew about that, and he's been trying to give minutes to the Catalan player in order to get him on form. But there was very little time in the season to try to do that. Probably that was a mistake. But anyway, I mean, the defensive line in general has been terrible in the second half. Terrible. I mean, we already mentioned they looked a bit shaky in the first half, but this second half has been abysmal.
Also, let's remember that Barcelona was playing with a 3-man defense in the first half. Then in the second half, they did transition back to the 4-3-3. But after doing that, a lot of players didn't really even know where they had to be at certain points. And, well, the mistakes once again come back to haunt Barcelona. A few clear mistakes that allowed Levante to get into those positions to really even score the goals. So, yeah, Barcelona once again ties with ties in La Liga. They tied 3-3 after leading 2-0, and then going up, tying 2-2, and then going up with a goal of Ousmane Dembélé. Ousmane Dembélé, another player that wasn't really that critical or even that big of an impact as he should have probably been.
Even though he scored, but yes.
Barcelona tied 3-3 in La Liga race. We'll have to see what both teams from Madrid have to say both tomorrow and on Thursday in their matches. But I think it is safe to say that Barcelona are out of the contention for the title. They will occupy either third or second position. But let's call it as we see it right now, Oliver. We don't really see them being champions anymore.
No. Depending on what Sevilla does, maybe even fourth, and having to play the knockout round to qualify for the Champions League, which would be, those rounds are usually a bit of a leg off, to be honest, very easy. But
it would be news still for Barcelona to be in those kind of positions.
It'd be like dreadful to go through that in August, in the middle of the preseason. But that's what the team is deserving this last month, essentially. Again, one victory in the last 4 games with the title at stake. It's way too little.
Barcelona once again tied with Levante 3-3. Before we leave, just wanted to once again let you know, please be sure to head over to our page, blaugranagram.com, if you want to know about daily articles of Barcelona. Not just the first team, but both, also Barcelona B and Barcelona Femení. Also, a very important week for those two teams, Barcelona B, playing the semifinal of the qualifier in order to go to the second division of Spain. And on Sunday, the Femení team playing the final of the Champions League against Chelsea.
Sunday at 9.
A very important week, not only for the first team, but also for the whole world of Blaugranas. And also, please be sure to head over to all our social media. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And anything else to say? Anything else to say, Oliver, before we head out?
No, just wishing everyone a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, and hope to see you soon.
I think that's all from today, folks, and thank you for checking in. And let's see what happens in these final few matches of La Liga. It's not over. It's not really optimistic, but it's football and it's full of surprises. But thank you all for